In my last English video, I did a preview of a conversation between myself, Jessica, and my former self up until June 2015, prior to my transition. It was fascinating. It is fascinating. You don't want to miss. It's best to stay until the end of this video. I still want to mention again the fact that I have been doing a 3-day water fast. It's amazing. I'm sure you can see in my face that I've lost a little bit of weight on my face already. I'm not actually doing it to lose weight. I'm doing it in order to do spiritual cleansing and in order to be a lot more grounded. I have already had some clairvoyance, which is fascinating. I've seen people from very far away. It's not the first time in my life I've had clairvoyance. It's great stuff. It's amazing what you could achieve on this amazing spiritual journey. But let's get into it. The conversation between Jessica of today and the old Jessica, who was known as Zalman. Before we get into the interview, I want to just tell you that my name is Jessica Madden. On my channel here on YouTube, I help people raise their awareness and become very successful as a result. I share the great tips and amazing lessons which I picked up throughout my life, and the great tips and amazing lessons which I pick up every single day of my life. Reminding you once again that the 100th subscriber to my channel here on YouTube will receive from me a free gift. And the shipping of that gift, that will also be for free on the house. Without further ado, let's get into it. This fascinating video of today. This fascinating conversation between Jessica and Zalman. Hi Zalman, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you Jessica. Nice to meet you. Oh dear Zalman, just cheer up a little bit. Right, let me ask you a couple of questions. The first question, why did you take everybody in your life so seriously? In other words, why didn't you think that perhaps the words of people are not so important and the most important thing is to be congruent, grounded, and strong? That's my first question. Second question, why are you not transitioning yet? What is the big deal? Transition, do what you gotta do. You know, you live life once and you can't live in fear of others. You know, people actually live for their neighbors. If you want to calculate the reality of this, Zalman, you'll actually realize that people live for their neighbors. So you're living to appease people who are living for their neighbors, and those people, those neighbors are living for their parents, for their neighbors. If you ask somebody, why did you get that job, 9-to-5 job? It'll most probably be because I want to please my neighbors. I want to please my mom. It'll be nothing about them. So I'm asking you, Zalman, please tell me, why are you afraid to be yourself? And why are you afraid to be the happy self that you could be? I just don't understand. And another question I have for you, Zalman. Why could you not see through people? Why were you so afraid of people? And why do you take people so seriously? Why? You know, I think for starters, it's not fair how you're actually judging me. Because, you know, for so many years, I lived because I had to live for the people around me. In other words, there was just no way I could be selfish to the people around me. There was no way I could go and hurt the people around me. It's very nice that today you've gone onto a spiritual journey, which is fascinating. I'm really impressed. It's really fascinating. That's really good. But you gotta bear in mind that in my reality of today, I know whenever it comes to moral issues, all I know is what I know from what I've been ingrained to believe. I've lived like this for 37 years now, and within my very fresh memory, I just remember being told that you have to live in order to appease the rabbis of old. You have to live in order to um, ascertain that marital prospects within the family remain intact. It's a very, very important thing. It's not something which you can understand today because you've taken yourself onto another journey. You've taken yourself onto a journey of being yourself, which is great, and I'm really pleased that that's the way things materialize and play themselves out, etc. But the fact is that where I was today, where I am today, sorry, where I was yesterday, and where I am today is something which I cannot just change. I'm afraid of hurting the people around me. I'm afraid of being selfish. I'm afraid of not taking into account the marital prospects and not being moral on the grounds that I knew of that which is moral. It's immoral to do what you did, Jessica. In our short-sighted view, it's very immoral to do what you eventually did here. To transition as a woman is very immoral from where we come from. And so, yes, I agree. It's, you're in a much healthier path and you're looking much happier. That's great and that's fascinating. But at the end of the day, how could you judge me? How could you be thinking of judging me? Do you have any idea what I've had to put up with? What challenges I've had to deal with? Look, I have a lot of sympathy for what you have to face, the challenges you have to grapple with. I have so much sympathy for it. But I'm really sorry. You are an individual. You are your own person. And because you are your own person, you need to realize that there's nowhere to breathe where you are. How many times have you tried to commit suicide? There's a limit to how much we could do for somebody who lives for their neighbor, who lives for their neighbor, who lives for their mother, who lives for their father, who lives for their grandfather, who lives for the grandfather not even alive anymore. There's a limit. Why would you consider your way of life to be grounded, to be genuine, to be legit, considering how many times you tried to commit suicide, considering how many times you were absolutely in a mess and nobody was there to hold your hand. Nobody cared. In this life, you gotta be for yourself, like it says in the Proverbs. Inani li, mi li. If I am not for myself, what purpose? Who am I? Nothing. Nobody will care for you. You gotta care for yourself and you gotta look after yourself. I have deep sympathy for what you've been through. I have deep sympathy for the challenge you face. For that, how should I put this? For that huge mountain which you see right in front of you. Imagine climbing a huge mountain. It's scary, but I promise you, it's worth it. Because the moment you say, I'm living for me, I'm living for who I am, I'm living because I have to remain alive, because in every religion, that is the most principled and the most important thing, and especially in Judaism. Okay, not every religion finds life to be more important. But in Judaism, saving your life is of paramount importance. It overrides the importance of what the neighbors might think. It overrides what marital prospects you could consider for your children. It overrides everything. Saving a life, pikuach nefesh, is of vital importance. And anybody who doesn't consider that is not really acting Jewishly and is acting immoral. Those were beautiful words, well-spoken words, impressive as well. But You know something? I don't think you even realize how difficult it is, the challenges I face, how difficult it is for me to maneuver and figure out a strategy to leave. I have faced so many challenges. I have been through so many difficulties. I've had more than 100 suicidal attempts. And through the grace of God, through his angels, I have been spared. Yes, through his angels, I have been spared. But you don't begin to understand the reality I face around me, the challenges, the hurdles, and of course the people around me shouldn't take precedence over my life, because it's in the Jewish law. It's in Jewish law. It's in Jewish law. It says you shall not take a life, and you shall not allow others to override your life and think that they have a right to kill you as such, or inadvertently kill you. True, all very true. But the thing is that, you know something? I am not here to judge somebody else. I am not here to judge somebody else's shortcoming. And that's their shortcoming. And I have to just figure out how to maneuver a way out of this. That's why I couldn't leave. I just couldn't leave. I had to figure out a way out of this. And that's why I just couldn't leave yet. I'm really pleased that you already left. I'm really, really pleased that you got yourself out of there and you crossed that bridge. You're really happy. You're really, really happy today. And you're on a spiritual journey. And you're doing fascinating and amazing things. But you are not one to judge me for what I am today. Just imagine what I've had to grapple with, what I'm having to be faced with, what I'm having to be challenged with, the challenges I face. Zalman, I'm really, really sorry. I apologize. I really, really apologize for that. I had just not realized what it was you had to contend with, what it was you faced and you grappled with. I'm so sorry. I'm deeply sorry. And I now realize that the challenges you faced and the people you faced in your life, and they're being human beings, we are all human beings. We have faults, and they're just being human beings, and you have to just figure out how to maneuver your way around dealing with other human beings who have faults, who have imperfections. And I must say that you did amazing. And I must say that today I'm feeling so pleased that I've changed and I've done this transition. It's the best move I ever made in my life. And where you were in that state, in that frame of mind, in that situation, where you were then was perfect for where you had to be. I'm fully with you on this. And I deeply, deeply apologize for the question I asked and the strength of the question I asked. Please take my apology. I accept your apology, and I'm really grateful to you for understanding where I came from, where I was coming from. I'm really, really grateful to you. And I really, really appreciate the time and effort you put out there and gave for me to become a wholesome person and a healthy person and a happy person. I'm really, really grateful to you for doing that. It was great to meet you today. And I wish you much luck in the future, and I'm really excited for the future. Thank you. So, what did you think about that interview? Was it not fascinating? I was blown away myself. I couldn't even believe how it all panned out, how the conversation went. And I couldn't even believe how I myself grappled to forgive myself for what I had done in the past. It is so vital and so important that we forgive ourselves for things we did in the past, and that we understand where we were coming from at that point in time. Yes, we change, we fluctuate, we improve in life, but we need to remember where we came from in the past, and we can't judge ourselves for our past. I found that interview to be exciting, inspiring, and very, very eye-opening. What did you think of it? What is your opinion about it? Please leave it in the comment section down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, why not subscribe now? It's that easy. Simple as pie. And also don't forget to press the notification bell right next to it, the highest notification bell, to receive my videos every single day. Every day I put out two YouTube videos every single day in 2 different languages. Not always at the same time, that's why it's worth getting the notification. Please feel free to share this video with your friends, family, acquaintances, wherever they may be on social media. Feel free to share away. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of happiness, high vibes, and high frequency on this day. I love you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.